Carl Benjamin did a video on racism and how this word, this single word, is going to take everything away from you. And I love doing Carl Benjamin videos because he's incoherent, he's hilarious, and it's just fun to dunk on him because he is quite stupid. So let's get straight into the video.
This video posted by LBC today is a great example of how the word racist is going to be used to take everything away from you. Everything that you think is normal in the world, you will have stripped from you.
Just fascist speak, like normal, just everything. This hyperbolic exaggeration, just this one word, racism, just going to take everything from you. It, silly.
By some insufferable shitlib who's like, no, that's racist, that's racist, that's racist. You can't have anything because everything is racist. And
No, just racist things when you judge people on their race, which you do a lot. You don't think people who were born here in England, like Rishi Sunak, to him, he's not English. Why? If you're born in England, you're English. But this is all Carl has. But, it's a pretty sad life.
this really gets to the underlying issue with what they think the word racist actually means. Because a normal person hears the word racist and thinks, oh, that person nurtures a prejudice and hatred against people because of the color of their skin or the fact they're a different tribal group or ethnic group from them. And therefore, that person has some sort of moral deficiency within themselves.
Not necessarily. You can be racist in many different ways. Often it's unconscious, often it's systemic and broader. It's not just, you don't have to have a conscious hate. You can, be like Carl and see people who are not born in England as not English. You can see someone down the street and maybe you cross the road, or you can treat someone unconsciously different just based on the color of their skin. It's not, they always have this exaggerated view of racism, like you have to have this hatred of them, they're inferior. No. Like you can just be like, oh, you can just dog whistle and be like, oh, a town's changing. You can be cowardly about it. And most racists are. And that's why it's harder than ever now, because the dog whistles, the fig leaves of racism, to actually call it out. Because you've got cowards like Carl who just constantly say, oh, you call me racist, I'm not bothered though, and then cry about it and be like, I'm not racist, and then have racist positions.
But Matthew Wright here shows us that no, this is actually nothing to do with your own moral deficiency. This is now to do with you feeling like you are a part of the world. This is you not considering yourself to be an independent, free-floating, atomic agent that lives above the rest of humanity, or something like that. Someone who has been taken out of time, out of place, and instead exists within a time, within a place, as in the word racist to Matthew Wright, whether he realizes it or not, and I don't think that he does realize it, because I don't think he is our best and brightest.
I mean, coming from Carl, whose version of racism is like an exaggerated, just really nuanced view of the word, because it is a very complicated word. There's different levels of it, and everyone has racial biases. Everyone has views on race that often are ill-informed, and we need to educate ourselves on this and be like, okay, yeah, actually, dog whistles like England for the English. He's hinting at white people there. He's not talking about anybody who was born here. Like, he's talking about a very blood and soil, very specific view of what England is. And that's an ethno-state he wants. So we have to be really careful here, because this is dangerous stuff. And he moans about this stuff, but this is very material. And I don't think he's aware of what he's doing.
Means considering yourself to belong to something. In Matthew's case, belong to the English people.
Yeah, but the English people, what does that mean? Like, to him, that's just whiteness. But it's meant so many different things over the centuries. And it will mean different things in the next century, in 100 years. He's not in the majority here. That's the thing. Like, we live in a democracy. His views go against the Western liberal mindset that actually freedom of movement is good. Like, the two top dominant ideologies in the UK are environmentalism and feminism. He's a both against those things, like both those things. So he's not actually aligned with our values. And most people don't identify necessarily with their nation, like an homogenous thing. Like, people are very diverse. And actually, more than ever now, people are more individualistic, atomized than ever. People don't see themselves as like, oh, I'm part of England. And I think overall, that's a good thing. But also, I think the community thing is different because, like, people often should have a connection to the local community and don't. But Carl isn't interested in that. He's interested in this kind of nebulous view of like, oh, England, why England? Like the homeland, the motherland. And it's like, I'm sorry, that's something of the past. We ain't getting back. Like, we're very individualized, and the neoliberal subject is one of, I only care about me, my family, my house, and screw everyone else. That's the world we live in now. And he can't reconcile that because he's like, oh, it's because we can't be tribal now and racist that things have gone wrong. It's like, no, it's neoliberalism. People don't care about other people anymore. People are pretty nihilistic about the future and go, actually, yeah, all that matters is me and my family.
That's how Matthew is using the term racist. And when we have drilled down this far in the term racist, we can see that the point of it was literally just to break the bonds between people who exist in society.
But no one has bonds of people based on ethnicity or race. Like, you can go into a country and go to Liverpool and compare that to somewhere like Braintree in Essex. You'll have different cultures, you have different values. Like, the Scousers are very different to the Geordies. Like, the idea that somehow England is some homogenous blob of like, oh yeah, no, we have different. Like, he ironically wants a less kind of. He doesn't respect the English heritage of, and it was diverse. He just sees this, oh yeah, you just agree with me and my racism. It's like, no, like, we have a diverse culture, history, heritage. Like, what's wrong with that? And every country does. Like, but he doesn't care about that. He just like, oh, yeah. If you're not white English, you ain't English. You ain't. Your name's not down. You're not coming in.
The purpose of the word racist is to make the native British or English population feel as if they are not allowed to stake their own claim to their ancestral lands. Because, of course, the term racist.
Who are you to stake, like, stake your name to your ancestral land? Like, what? What's that even mean? Like, what if you were like a couple of? I mean, 90% of the population are immigrants. So I'd love to know his family tree and where, like, maybe a few generations he was born in Germany or something. Like it's just very silly. Like, no one really lives like this. This is a symptom of wider alienation that he is unable to analyze. But he's a philosopher now. He should be reading this Marx properly because he agrees that Marx is correct. He needs to go a step further and go, actually, yeah, alienation from labor, the workplace, control, meaning in life, connection to nature, connection to community. But he never talks about any of that stuff. And this is why it's so disingenuous, because he's just playing a grift of like, yeah, just get people angry about brown people. That's all it is. And then when people call you racist, it's like, oh, cry about it. It's deeply sad. And all you got to do is call it out. Just try and call it out in good faith, because that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to engage with this.
When used in this way, is not being leveled against any other group of people other than the English population.
Yes, it is. Everyone else, I mean, everyone's racist. It doesn't matter your gender, your ethnicity, your race, your religion. Like, it's so hysterical. Like, oh. But let's listen on to what he says next.
Of course, there are lots of other populations who are now here who are allowed to be racist, as
No, they're not. See, what he's saying now is like, well, everyone else allowed to be racist. Why can't we? That's what he wants. That's all he wants. Like, that's all they ever want. It's like, well, they're allowed to be. Just let me be racist.
In to belong to a race, as far as Matthew is concerned, but the English are not allowed. They are the ones to whom this is being used, and they are the ones to whom this is being leveled as some kind of moral fault. You are morally
No, no, it's a structural thing. It's systemic. It's actually enabled by figures like you. Like, people aren't inherently racist. This is a social construct. Race is a social construct. It has to be tribalism that leads on to prejudice into racism, has to be politically enabled. And that's done by figures like Carl Benjamin, Nigel Farage, Donald Trump, Viktor Orban, Modi, Erdogan. Like, you have to politically enable it. And none of this is inevitable. Like, race is a social construct. He should know this. Like, he should know that, like, actually, yeah, race is a pretty meaningless category that we should have abandoned, like, decades ago. But he keeps perpetuating it and going, yes, actually, it is what determines your. No, it doesn't. People are more interested in gaming or crochet or badminton or, Skittles. Like, they don't care, Carl. You're the only one that cares.
deficient. If you feel you belong to a people and you are English, this is not a standard that applies to anyone else. So let's watch Matthew explain this to
Simply not true. There's racism all over the place. Like, it's just silly. Silly boy.
some old chap who rang in, say, look, I just don't like what's happening to my country.
Meet anybody, Indian, Pakistan, you meet them, goes to that. They're nice. Most people are nice. First of all, that's what you got to remember. In the world,
in the world, yeah, most people are nice.
They are nice. You meet them. If you're coming as if you go to Bradford and you don't know anybody there, you go there and flipping out, what's going on here? I get the feeling, because I'm quite old, it's not a racist feeling, it's a tribal feeling where you're feeling slightly out of place.
Right. That's perfectly reasonable. Right, that's completely reasonable. To look at...
Why, though? No, it's not. It's just melanin in their skin. Like, to say that your tribe is based on skin color, you don't know those people. They could have the same values as you. They could be really conservative, socially conservative. They could love, snooker. They could be just like you. They could be like, oh, I love Harry Enfield. Me too. That's my favorite comedian. Like, it's just so silly. When you think about this more than 5 seconds, like, yeah, to judge someone just on their appearance and their skin color is so absurd. It's like literally judging someone on their hair color and going, oh, they've got red hair, I'm red hair. We're basically the same. We're gonna be brothers. Like, we love Ed Sheeran. We love Ed Sheeran. We love Prince Harry. We love what other gingers are there? Comment below some more gingers.
At what has happened, the colonization of England, and say, why is this...
The colonization. See, he doesn't even know what that term means. And also as well, oh yeah, Britain can just colonize a quarter of the world, and like they get angry when you call that out. And then it's like somehow that's colonization. He doesn't know what the term means. Like, he doesn't know what. See, it's all projection. Like, they're using racist in these like malevolent ways. No, that's how he uses language. Like, they'll dog whistle. They'll use wokeness, just as a meaningless term. They always project what they do. That's all they ever do. Projection, perceived hypocrisy. That's all they have, really.
Being allowed to happen. It's actually not normal to allow millions of people from around the world to just start moving in and taking over your country.
What do you mean normal? Like, well, when did people first come to the UK? Like 4,400 years ago? Like, there would have been a point where people came on the land bridge. They would have come in. Like, actually, migration now is at the lowest it's been. Like, there was a big height of migration about 100 years ago. People moving into America, the UK, all over the world. Actually, now it's pretty stable. Same with refugees and asylum seekers. Like, he's acting hysterical here, really. He's like, oh, they come over here. It's like, yeah, there's a natural movement of people, and that's fine. in a global world because they are just people. They're just people like you, Carl. Like, it's okay. Don't have to get upset about brown people. It's okay, Carl.
That's actually really unusual and not really very desirable.
It's not unusual. Actually, we've been moving around for tens of thousands of years. It's a beautiful thing. When we left Africa and we went to East Asia, we went to South America, Europe, Antarctica. That's the curiosity of the mind, the curiosity of the human spirit, which you don't have because you just be like, oh no, I'm not moving. It's like, why? Just experience the world, my friend. Just go out, talk to people. People are people, no matter their ethnicity. Yeah, you won't necessarily agree with everything they say, but like, that's okay, Carl. You have to judge people based on their race constantly.
Because then you find yourself going to a place and say, right, okay, I don't actually belong here. This has been colonized by another culture. They've set up their own.
Why is he using the word colonize? He doesn't even know what the term means. They don't have control. They don't, like, oh, it's just silly. Silly boy.
The things that make their culture visibly different to ours. So places of worship, different kinds of shops. The
like he acting like he's religious or something. Like, what is wrong with? It's just silly. Like, imagine actually living your life like this, just being annoyed by like different cultures from around the world. Like,
the way that they just associate with one another in the street, the way that the streets are populated by people who are of foreign descent.
wow, it really gets him angry, doesn't it? It's sad. Like, oh my God, people that are from different parts of the world go into this country, which has been happening for hundreds, if not thousands of years. That's the problem. Like, that's all he has. Imagine just thinking the society and that's it. Like, not inequality, not austerity, not the fact that privatization, neoliberalism has kind of destroyed our country. No, it's just brown people. If it was just white people majority, which it is anyway, by the way, especially where like people like him, they don't have exposure to brown people. That's the problem. Like, we need more brown people in the country. That's my solution.
This is weird, and I feel like an alien in my own land.
See, it's feelings. It's weird. Not weird. Not weird at all. People have moved across, continents, parts of the world, literally for millennia, and you feel weird. Why? But that's you then. That's on you. If you see a brown person and feel weird, that's on you, Carl. That's not on the brown person. That's your feeling of disgust. Like, I assume he feels that with women and trans people. That's a you problem, Carl. And, like, you don't represent the majority of the UK. Most people, when they don't have an environment of demonization of immigrants, are pretty favourable to it. They have to be lied by figures like you to say that, oh, actually, immigration is the biggest problem. Not the wealthy, not the billionaires, not the people in power, not the media. It's, Ahmed, who's come over here and, trying his best.
Why would I want this? Why is this desirable? I don't really think that this is what we should be doing. This doesn't express...
But why? Like, okay, so it just feels weird. He doesn't think it's normal. Okay, that's not an ethical position. Like, he's studying philosophy. Like, what's your ethical position here, Carl? He doesn't have one, actually. That's the thing. You actually put him down and say, actually, what's the ethic? Like, people have freedom to move around the planet. That's a good thing, right? And he'd be like, well, no. Why not then? Because that's all it is. You got to nail it down. Like, what's your ethical framework? What brings people most happy? And actually, giving people freedom to move around they live there for a few years, and then maybe they, go to America, and beautiful thing. Beautiful. If you don't think that's beautiful, there's something wrong with you. You're not normal.
A deep hatred for anyone else. What this expresses is a desire for a kind of understanding and a normalcy of one's own. A love.
That's what I was referring to normalcy. There is no normalcy, Carl. Like, what do you even mean by that? Like, there's no normalcy. Like, just having an ethnic minority isn't necessarily normal. Like, in a globalized world, in a world that has civilization and capitalism and international trade, like that. What is normal there? There's no normal. Like, that's such a shallow view. Like, it's not normal. Like, and that's fascistic. He's saying like, oh, there is a normal way of living. Like, just live like me, and if you don't live like, you're a degenerate, and just be normal like me, because I'm normal. Being obsessed with race, that's the normal thing. No, it's not actually. There's nothing inevitable about that.
Love of one's own, you could say. And Matthew Wright is like, right, okay, this tribal feeling that everyone apart from the
No, yeah, we have tribal feelings, but do you politically enable it? That's the question. That's the question. And I don't think we should. I think we should go, actually, no. Like, yeah, you may, for various complex reasons, see a brown person and go, okay, they're different. But go and talk to them. Say, you're right, mate. And they'll go, oh, you're right, mate. Be like, what are you up to today? It's like, oh, I just finished work. What are you up to now? Like, I mean, Cole will never do that because, he'd just be scared, he'd run away. But it's genuinely sad because this is a deeper symptom of alienation, disenfranchisement, deeper problems with capitalism, which someone like him is unable to really analyze. He can't deal with this stuff because it's just like, no, capitalism is working. Capitalism, it's not capitalism, it's brown people. No, Carl. You read Marx, you agree that capitalism alienates, it exploits, it steals labor. You think this is a good thing. You need to learn that this is a bad thing. And then, but again, he benefits from this financially. He puts out these videos, they do well, and the cycle continues. And on that depressing note, hit the like button, subscribe, join my membership, and I'll see you next time.